Judy Smith, and this is my husband Andrew. I came to St Paul's in 2008 when Stuart Robertson was here, and then when Steve came, I wasn't sure what to think. He had a very different style to what I was used to. But God knew what he was doing when he brought Steve to St Paul's. And he has had such a devotion to God. And he's seen St Paul's through the tough times. There have been a few struggles on the way in this vision. But St Paul's has been through these tough times and come out stronger for it. And I think our devotion to God has been stronger through these tough times. I believe in prayer, and I've had the privilege of praying with Nat and Steve along with Marilla during the last 10 years. And what I've learned through that has been perseverance in prayer. Another privilege has been the formation of Grace Ministry. And I've been able to pray through the times that the girls went in and gave cakes to the brothels. And it's a wonderful time. It was a wonderful formation to just show the love of Jesus in the community. I love working with young children, and I love to share the love of Jesus with them. The children's ministry has gone through many changes over the last 10 years, but I think it's come out very strong now and will be stronger in the future. So even though we are going to be leaving St Paul's and moving to Orange, I have looked back on the time that I've been here and have been really grateful for all the people that have helped me through this time, especially Steve's leadership over this time. And he has helped me to put my trust in Jesus even more.
I'm Andrew Smith, Andrew Smith. I have had the privilege over the last 10 years of serving in a number of ways at St Paul's. As a parish councillor for a period of time, as a warden, and as executive pastor in recent years. What that's meant is that I've been able to be involved in pretty much most of the strategic things that have gone on in terms of changes that have happened at St Paul's over this time under Steve's leadership. Through the last 10 years, I have been blessed with depression. In fact, I've had depression most of my life, and I say blessed because it's a time of being in a position where you realise that you are not in control. And I like the idea of being in control. I think I know now that it's actually just a veneer. But when you're depressed and you lose all of that capacity to be able to really manage your own pride, if you like, you have to rely on the love and support of family, of Christian brothers and sisters, and non-Christian brothers and sisters. And it was something that I'm not necessarily natural at doing, but I found that I had no choice. And it's tremendous in terms of being able to really smash your pride. Personally, I found the last 10 years to be a lifesaver for me. And the reason really was that I'm actually a very hard-hearted person. And I have to say that I'm also probably, and I realise now looking back, I was theologically pretty weak in a number of areas, particularly around God's sovereignty and my understanding of how the Old Testament in particular fitted into the gospel. I'd have to say that my heart's still pretty hard at times. I think that must be my natural genetic makeup. But what I love about St Paul's and what has happened under Steve's leadership in particular is whether it's at a service each week, whether it's at my community group or through personal devotions, I am prodded and pushed and made to feel very uncomfortable in my sin. And I think that to me is the thing that I value from being in St Paul's. The other thing I would probably say is that I've learnt as well around the Old Testament is I used to always think what stupid people the Jews were. God would tell them what to do and then they go off and do something else. And I used to think, really? What I realised is that's me. And I think that as a result of understanding the whole of how the Old Testament fits into the gospel message, I've been able to see that that is my life and that it's me being so righteous and indignant looking at the Jews and realising when I look in the mirror, I go, hey, that's me. The truth of the matter is there is nothing that I can do, and I now realise there's nothing that I can do for my salvation. It is only a gift that is given by God, how He chooses, and there is nothing that I can or have done that would ever earn it. In the early days of our time at St Paul's, Nick Freestone wrote a song called We Treasure You. It's taken almost 10 years for me to actually really understand the meaning of that in the context of sin. I think that I, for many years, have believed that sin was something that I just needed to pray more about and try harder. What I've realised probably in the last 6 months more closely is that it's actually not about trying harder or stopping something, it's about treasuring Jesus above all else. And that's the thing that's finally got for me. So I thank you, Nick, for writing it. I'm sorry it's taken me quite so long to actually get the message.